Now that we have our reference picture turned into a JPEG, we can do some digital adjustments to it in basically a free version of Photoshop shop online. It's not as good as Photoshop, but it's pretty close. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by clicking open from computer because I have my picture saved on my computer. And I know that it is in my downloads. So my downloads is suggested is selected right there, and I can kind of see it. I probably should have renamed it, but that's okay. All right, it would have been easier to grab, but I found it, so hopefully you find yours. And what I want to do is I want to crop this down to the same ratio paper that we have. So our paper is 12 by 16, so I'm going to crop my tool, crop my picture. So there's a crop tool right there. And then I can create an exact ratio of cropping. So I'm going to choose fixed ratio. And since my picture is portrait right now, I'm going to put the 12 of the ratio right there. Or no, the 16 of the ratio right there, because our ratio is 12 by 16 and the 12 right there, okay? And what that does is creates a crop box that no matter what I do, it's always 12 by 16 ratio, okay? So I can scale it down, and if I want to just move the crop box itself, I can just touch it, the little the edge just like that and move it like that. So I kind of have to play around with this until I get a composition that I like, but for the sake of time, I'm going to say that looks good to me. And when I'm done, I press return or enter and I'm good to go. Okay, I'd like to make this easier for you and put this into black and white because our project is basically black and white. So now I'm going to go up here to layer. I'm going to go to new adjustment layer and click black and white. And we're good to go. Now it has, I'm just going to click this a couple times. There it goes. Now it's adjusted it to black and white. And I'm going to do one more adjustment to it because I can play around with the brightness and the contrast all at once. If I go over here to, sorry, do that again, layer, new adjustment layer, and I go to curves. Okay, and if you've ever done Photoshop, this should look pretty similar to you. What I like to do with curves is typically my pictures come out a little dark, so I come to this side of the axis, and this is a little line that we can just click and play around with and just pull up just slightly, and you see how it changed the light brightness. If I pull down, then it gets a lot darker. Woo. So I just like to bring up the brightness a little bit. You may not need to, but I know that I liked it. And then I like to go to the other side of this and pull it down a little bit because then it gets some contrast, which I really like. So I like to do two anchor points, one on the top side to bring up the brightness and one on the bottom to just increase a little bit of contrast. And then I'm good to go, okay? And I'm just going to save this. So I have to export it as a JPEG. And let me make things a little bit more easy for you. My quality is at the highest, and that'll make things easier. And then we just click save. And there it is.